A little while ago, Xbox, I think a few months ago actually, Xbox started to raise the price of Xbox Live, and everybody became outraged and said, what is happening here? Is Xbox trying to make money? Is Microsoft trying to make money? Some people even went as far to say that Microsoft was losing money on Game Pass, and so trying to make it up with Xbox Live and raising the prices there. They obviously were completely wrong. What is actually happening is they're trying to figure out how to phase Xbox Live out. And today, or yesterday rather, they've started to do that. They've started to move in that direction. Microsoft removes Xbox Live Gold requirement for free-to-play games today. This is just the beginning, my friends, of Xbox Live going away. I wonder if by the end of this year, if by the end of this Christmas, we're going to see Xbox Live completely gone. And I think it might be the case. What will it be replaced by, you ask? Well, Game Pass Ultimate. That's going to include all of the features of Xbox Live. Xbox Live was brought up when the internet was still new, when gaming on the internet was new, and so it's kind of outgrown itself. It was a great service, great feature that was needed to build the infrastructure to protect your accounts, etc., on the Xbox Live network. I'm not sure that it's needed anymore, and I think we're going to be seeing it phased out slowly over the rest of this year. And Xbox Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate is going to be the focus, and it's going to be where it gets taken into. Let's jump into this story over at The Verge. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me here live on stream. We do stream these live news conferences, daily news morning show, Monday through Thursday. So thank you very much for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. We're all Xbox all the time. Come and join us. In a news story over at The Verge, Microsoft removes Xbox Live Gold requirement for free-to-play games today. Xbox Party Chat is also now free for everyone to use. This is a news story by Tom Warren. He says, Microsoft is removing its requirement for an Xbox Live Gold subscription to play free-to-play multiplayer games today. The software maker has been testing this removal over the past few weeks, and now every Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X owner will be able to play free multiplayer games without Xbox Live Gold. Microsoft is also unlocking Xbox Party Chat and the Looking for Groups feature as part of this rollout. The Xbox Live Gold changes mean popular games like Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, Apex Legends, and many others will no longer require a subscription. More than 50 games will now be free to play. The changes certainly make the $299 Xbox Series S console a lot more appealing as a device for free-to-play multiplayer games. Microsoft's removal of the Xbox Live Gold requirement came after the company was forced to reverse a price hike, this is what we were talking about, to its Xbox Live Gold subscriptions earlier this year. Microsoft had attempted to double the cost of a yearly Xbox Gold or Xbox Live Gold subscription, a move that didn't go down well with Xbox fans. Microsoft quickly backtracked and offered to remove the paywall for free-to-play multiplayer games. So I don't think that's why this is free-to-play. I don't think it's hey, we're sorry, we're going free-to-play for you. No, they're trying to figure out how to phase it out. One of those options was to raise the price for anybody who newly wanted to purchase the Xbox Live Gold subscription pass, and then everybody else was grandfathered in. That's one way that you phase it out, and you slowly move up people over because they made it as much as Game Pass. So why not just get Game Pass? Because Game Pass included all the same features. That was one way to phase it out. This is the other way, to just slowly remove it. And I think this is probably the better way. Obviously, I don't think you're dealing with the outrage here. It's a positive move, and you're only getting positive press because of it, right? Now that Microsoft has also made Xbox Party Chat and LFG free to use, it leaves Xbox Live Gold in a weird spot. Xbox Live Gold also provides monthly free games to subscribers and discounts for the Microsoft Store, but most of its core features are now free to all modern Xbox owners. You'll still need an Xbox Live Gold subscription for an Xbox 360, though, which is interesting. I wonder what the statistics are out there for people on Xbox Live on their 360. That is crazy. That's crazy cool to think about. They're still strong. They're going strong out there, everybody. Microsoft is dropping Xbox Live branding, referring to the set of software and services as simply the Xbox Network now. The company has also been convincing its loyal base of Xbox Live Gold subscribers to migrate over to Xbox Game Pass, a subscription service with more than 100 games. That is Microsoft's main focus for its plans for gaming. Again, I said it before, I'll say it again. I bet you by the end of this year, Xbox Live Gold is basically seen as a thing of the past. I think we're already there, to be honest. For most Xbox users, I don't think Xbox Game Pass is really a thing that we're going for here anymore, right? Welcome everybody to today's stream. Thank you very much for being here. Psychotics here, Reactor Leak, Cooper, Dr. Teeth Dan, Rick Gaffney, Mr. Fierin is in the house, and the Woodland Warrior, Chief Wiggum. Good to see everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Psychotic says, but if they attach it to Game Pass Ultimate, then the games can transfer there. That is true. We're talking about the gold, the free gold games that you get. I actually wonder if that will go away too. Here's the thing. I think when it first came out, it was really utilized. Ever since Game Pass, like I used to always make sure I went and downloaded the Xbox Gold games or Xbox Live Gold free games. But with Game Pass, I'm not in that rush anymore, So this is definitely a move that needs to happen. It's a move that will inevitably happen. Xbox Live Gold, it's going away. And I bet you it goes away by the end of this year. I bet you this Christmas they really make a push for Game Pass. We're going to have full stock of the Series S, the Series X. We're going to have the marquee games. We're going to have Flight Simulator on the console. We're going to have Halo Infinite on the console. And some other IPs that we don't yet know about that have yet to be discussed. So I think when that happens, when that drops, they'll just come out and say, hey, Xbox Live Gold it's going away. It's going away. Dr. Teeth says we still use the 360 online. Not a lot, but there are a few games we play that aren't backwards compatible. Dude, very cool. I wish I would have kept my 360. There's so many things I wish I would have kept. It's always at the time you're like, I'm never going to play this again. Never. I don't need it. And then it goes away. Whatever the cost, says, I'm not sure the average player who comes in, plays his sports and shooters games will know much about Game Pass. The $6.99 they get each month for gold could be a big loss. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true, but I don't know. The thing is Microsoft will know the numbers on the back end, right? How many people are actually aware of Xbox Live Gold free-to-play games and then are downloading them? And I bet you it's a very small percentage. And by this point, I mean, when you look at marketing, I think marketing is 100% behind Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate, so it's going to be interesting. Junior Winking says, David, can't wait to see you tomorrow, Dilfman. Junior Winking, welcome to the stream. Tomorrow we've got the podcast, guys. For those of you new to the stream, come join us tomorrow evening. We usually get started around 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time, so come join us. Freaky RO is in the house. Freaky, it's so good to see you, brother. He still has 2 360s. Dr. T says we still have 4 of them. Oh, man, what the heck? I got rid of my one. I never had more than one, and I got rid of it. Reactor League says, I wonder when they really start up the BC program again, if they're even doing it anymore. You're talking about the backwards compatibility program. I mean, we've been hearing news stories. There's been a couple news stories dropping about what's coming backwards compatible, and then we're getting the enhanced frames per second and stuff like that as well. X1, I got into the Xbox or the xCloud beta on iOS. Been playing Minecraft Dungeons, says Narwaffle, and Sea of Thieves. It's amazing. Is it smooth? That's the question. Is it smooth? It sounds like if you're really enjoying it. I'm debating on getting a what's it called? What is it called? An iPad. An iPad just for that. If it's worth it, it's worth it. Chief Wiggum, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, podcast, baby. And hello, Freaky. Oh, it's so good to see Freaky IO. Jamie S says, I got my invite this morning too, but haven't had a chance to jump in. I'm very excited. I have yet to get an invite, but I'm very excited for everybody that does. Andrew calling in late. What happened? Welcome, Andrew. Welcome. Everybody, thank you very much for being here this morning. We're going to jump over to the next news story. Now, we've talked a lot about Xbox Game Pass. I mean, that's really the central theme of Xbox. It's where they're going for the future. Let's jump into Sony. What is Sony going to do to compete? Stuff is starting to leak. It's clear that Sony's probably going to go in that direction as well. What are they going to do? It's going to be very interesting. For everybody that's here, make sure you hit that like button. We have 21 views and 6 likes. Let's get to 21 and 21. This is a news story over at Ars Technica, which is very interesting news story I saw drop this morning or yesterday. Sony takes aim at Xbox Game Pass with PlayStation Plus Video Pass. Now, this is kind of a rumor. It's not like for sure. It's not been officially announced necessarily. Scant details suggest Sony published movies with your Sony published games. As the battle of subscription gaming services heats up, Sony appears poised to offer a new perk to PlayStation console owners. Sony movies with your Sony games. The battle for subscription gaming services, does it heat up, though? In my mind, there's only one player. I know that Ubisoft is trying to do a subscription thing. I know that EA kind of is, but EA is wrapped into Game Pass now. I don't know that there's a battle for it yet. I think as the battle is poised, the battle is on the horizon, would be more accurate. Sony appears poised to offer a new perk to PlayStation console owners, Sony movies with your Sony games. A logo for a new service. This must be the logo, right? PlayStation Plus Video Pass. Interesting. A logo for a new service, dubbed PlayStation Plus Video Pass, is live on Sony's PlayStation.com servers as of this writing, and it was part of a Polish-language PlayStation promotion spotted by Video Games Chronicle before being taken down. The page in question suggested a 2-day test run for this new service, available exclusively to subscribers of Sony's paid PlayStation Plus service on April 21st to the 22nd. While the description of the service was vague, merely mentioning PS Plus Video Pass and a date range, an attached image clarified what PlayStation console owners should expect. Okay, so here's what it is. You get some of their newer videos. I mean, Sony Publishing has lots of videos. 3 recent films by Sony Pictures Entertainment, Venom, Bloodshot, and Zombieland. PS Plus Video Pass thus might revolve around films from Sony-owned companies like Columbia Pictures and TriStar Pictures, but whether additional studios might participate and exactly how films would be doled out to paying customers remain unclear. As VGC's report reminds readers, this development follows Sony's decision to stop selling individual films and TV series through the PlayStation Store beginning on August 31st. When this decision was announced in March, Sony executives blamed a shift in customer behavior, primarily with streaming services, but it also mentioned evolving our offerings that would imply replacing an a la carte rentals and sales with something, especially since the PlayStation 5's console menus devote a massive tab to media. And PS Plus Video Pass would fit that bill. Such a service might also keep the PlayStation Video app for smartphones and set-top boxes relevant once its a la carte purchases are disabled. Very interesting. So Ars Technica here relates it to PS Plus. The thing with PS Plus is PS Plus doesn't offer any of the new games. Like, that's the difference between... Everybody says, well, PlayStation has PS Plus. But PS Plus is not the same as Game Pass yet. It might evolve into that. But as of right now, you don't get any PS5 exclusives on there. You don't get any of, like, the brand new titles that have released on there. It's basically all of their past titles. So... And it's not even all of their past titles. So it's really not a comparison yet. Not in my mind. Now, it could evolve, like I said, to that, and I think it will. And I don't know if it'll be PS Plus. They might change it to something else. I probably would, not to confuse people, and I'd get rid of PS Plus. But it'll be interesting to see. I do think PlayStation probably will jump in to the subscription game, which is going to be interesting because do you know how many PlayStation podcasts and fans I listen to who have criticized the move for Game Pass all along? They do think it's good for games, but they constantly criticize they can't be making money. They're not going to make money. This is going to go away. I don't think it is. I really don't. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think Microsoft is leading the charge with new ways to play your games, and I'm really excited about it. Cooper drops a super chat. This is for Super Shocker. Thank you very much, Cooper. Cooper, I need to get all the scenes. I have no scenes that we haven't heard on the podcast, so I apologize. But Cooper, thank you very much for that super chat. I really appreciate it. Welcome, everybody, to today's stream. Thank you for being here. We do have 30 viewers right now and 14 likes. Let's get to 30 likes and 30 likes. There you go, though. It looks like Sony, if they do, or when they merge over and start offering maybe something similar to Game Pass, they do have the power to bring in some of their films and offer that as a little bit extra value. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how successful that is, whether or not they actually do that. This might just be them messing with their movie subscription service, too. So it's just interesting. It's very exciting, though. Gaming is very exciting. We do got one more news story here that I think was very interesting. We talked a little bit yesterday about how Nintendo keeps appearing in the background of Xbox. And so one of the rumors that a lot of people have, or one of the thoughts and wishes, perhaps, is probably the main. Wishes? I think wishes is the right word. Is that Game Pass. Is Game Pass coming to the Nintendo Switch? Well, in a news story over at Tech Radar today, Nintendo doesn't want Xbox Game Pass on Switch, says Insider. A match not made in heaven. Very interesting. People have been calling out for an Xbox Game Pass app on Nintendo Switch for a while now, though it may finally be time to lay those dreams to rest. Despite fans and analysts believing it would be a fantastic opportunity for everyone, new information suggests such a deal will never happen. David Gibson, an analyst for Asterisk Advisory Japan, said in a tweet that Nintendo has directly told him no other streaming services would be coming to the Nintendo Switch, adding it was, quote, a lost opportunity, unquote. After Nintendo's collaboration with Ubisoft, which brought games like Control Ultimate Edition and Hitman 3 to Switch via cloud gaming, fans had hoped more partnerships would be on the way. It appears that won't be the case. Nintendo could later change its mind about Xbox Game Pass, but for now it looks like we're out of luck. If you're wanting to play Xbox games on the go, you'll have to stick with your phone for a while longer. Really very interesting there. An insider says Nintendo doesn't want it here. Absolutely not. Super Shocker drops a super chat. Thank you very much for that super chat, Super Shocker. This one is for Reactor Link. Reactor Link. Thank you very much, Super Shocker. I never thought Xbox Game Pass was coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now it might. I could be completely wrong, and it still might. But what I do think is that we're going to see is some kind of marketing ploy, marketing push for like a Halo Infinite to be coming in skins. You know, similar to what they did with Fortnite, where Halo Master Chief was a skin inside Fortnite. I think that's much more likely to happen than like a big giant move like Game Pass coming over to the Nintendo Switch. Now, I could be completely wrong, and Game Pass still could come to Nintendo Switch. This insider says no, but again, news reports from insiders have been wrong in the past. If it did come to the Nintendo Switch, I think it would be absolutely huge. I think Nintendo has this issue of, if it comes to the Nintendo Switch, would it take away from Nintendo first-party titles and first-party title sales? I'm not sure, because they're so different. That's where Nintendo really kind of wins, is all of their games are so much different. But if you're playing, it kind of does devalue and disincentivize, particularly for children. I mean, a lot of parents buy the Nintendo and Nintendo Switch as a family console. They buy it for their kids. And if you can play all of these games for a subscription service, you have access to over 100 games. I mean, there's kids games, there's family games there. Does it take away from the other Nintendo games? Remember, when they happen on the Nintendo Switch, it's like Apple sales. They don't happen. They don't happen at all. It's like, oh, here's $1 off of your game. So Nintendo games tend to be a little bit more expensive with that respect, but they're so unique. So I don't know if Game Pass would take away from that value. Reactor League says, this is for Super Shocker. Thank you for the super chat. And Cooper, the MLB League, and all the little people. I'm stepping on my way to the top. Reactor League, thank you very much. Phil Spencer, Freaky RO, says in Super Smash Bros. That would be hilariously awesome. No, I think we're going to see Master Chief. I think Master Chief in a Super Smash Brothers would be awesome. Be super cool. That's just, I mean, I don't know that that's happening, but I think that would be super cool. Whatever the cost is, I don't think Game Pass is feasible on the Switch without major drawbacks. Yeah, as far as graphical drawbacks and stuff like that. I mean, we are getting a Switch Pro, correct? Isn't that a thing that's coming out? I've seen in the news. That might just be me headline reading though, and you know, when people drop headlines and you read the story and they're like, Nintendo Pro is just a different color. But yeah, I think that's interesting. I think seeing how this evolves, seeing where Game Pass goes, does it get on any other consoles? I'm not sure that it does. I'm not sure that it needs to. When you can play on your phone, I mean, that's probably the most important console at this point for Game Pass with cloud gaming. Whatever the cost says, did you see the news about Resident Evil being blocked from Game Pass by Sony? I did see that, and I think what's interesting about that is it's clearly a threat. I mean, it's maybe threat is the wrong word there, but it's clearly cause for concern for Sony enough that if that's true, that is just a rumor at this point, but if that's true, that it's not coming to Game Pass, and I think the rumor is that it would be limited for a year, I think it does illustrate ultimately the power that Game Pass is having, the shakeup, the noise that it's making. If anything, the competition is great for consumers. A cup of cheese, that is true. Competition is always good for us consumers. When they compete, we win. So let's recap. We've got Nintendo doesn't want Xbox Game Pass, says it on Game Pass. Sorry, Nintendo doesn't want Game Pass on the Switch. Says insider. Sony looks like they're doing something with videos here. Maybe adding to the PlayStation Plus Video Pass. Going to be very interesting. Let's go to that screenshot right there. And last but not least, Microsoft. I think Microsoft is phasing out Xbox Live and Xbox Live Gold. I think it's going to become a thing of the past. I think by this Christmas, I think we're really going to see it become a thing of the past. Game Pass is their focus. Game Pass is the future. This is good for everybody. I mean, if you're someone that plays a Rogue Company, if you're someone that plays a Warzone only, Fortnite, any of the free-to-play games, you now no longer need a subscription. You don't need your Xbox Live Gold. You can just get on your box and play. Again, someone mentioned it earlier in chat, making the Series S such a huge value for gaming and gamers. And it's also, in my opinion, the sexiest machine out there. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely beautiful. It's going to be very exciting. Very exciting times. Guys, that actually does me for this morning. Thank you very much for tuning in. Remember, this morning show where we go over the news, all news, Xbox, all the time, Monday through Thursday. Tomorrow evening is the podcast. Come and join me next Monday. These videos do go live afterwards. We do have an issue this week where, like yesterday, the video was not processed until the evening. So hopefully YouTube is fixing stuff on their end. These should be live immediately. But yesterday, it took all day to, quote-unquote, process the video. Sometimes YouTube gets hung up on their servers. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats and the support. Thank you for subscribing. Have a great rest of your day. Oh, Bitmoji says, let your viewers know Series S is available in the UK at Argos. There you go. Thank you very much, Bitmojis. Appreciate it. Everybody, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on Monday. We'll see you tomorrow during the podcast. Later. Hello, Mrs. Miss Spicy. Bye-bye now.